There's a truth that every man must understand. Respect is not given, it's earned, and it can be lost in a single moment of weakness. You might think connection comes from honesty, openness, or emotional vulnerability, but there's a line between openness and exposure, between authenticity and self-sabotage. When it comes to younger women, there's one thing you should never reveal, because the moment you do, the balance shifts. She'll never look at you the same again. This isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about understanding psychology, respect, and the Stoic principle of composure. A Stoic man doesn't hide behind masks, but he doesn't hand over his power either. And when it comes to attraction, there's a kind of truth that kills desire. Not because it's false, but because it's spoken too soon, too emotionally, too weakly. Let's explore what that truth is, why revealing it destroys respect, and how Stoicism teaches you to embody quiet strength instead of emotional chaos. The thing you should never reveal is this: that you need her, that your happiness, your sense of worth, or your emotional balance depends on her attention. The moment a younger woman senses that she is the center of your emotional world, the respect begins to fade. It's not because she's cruel, it's because biologically and psychologically, women are drawn to strength, to stability, to presence. They want to feel your energy, not your emptiness. When you make her your source of validation, you turn from a man she looks up to into a boy she needs to protect. And protection is not attraction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." The Stoic man lives by this truth. His peace, his happiness, his sense of worth, all come from within. When a woman sees that you are steady regardless of her approval, she feels both respect and attraction. But when she senses you are emotionally dependent, she instinctively pulls away. It's not logic, it's nature. Modern culture tells men to be open, be honest, and share your feelings. There's truth in that, but only when it comes from strength. Vulnerability isn't attractive when it's used as a cry for help. It's attractive when it's controlled, grounded, and deliberate. If you open up to a younger woman hoping she'll comfort or validate you, you lose polarity. You exchange masculine presence for emotional dependence. What you think will make her love you actually makes her lose interest. Stoicism teaches emotional mastery, not emotional repression. You don't ignore your feelings, you own them quietly. You feel deeply, but you don't broadcast instability. You face pain with calmness, not complaint. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." That's true in relationships too. Your reactions reveal your power. If you show her that her mood controls your mood, that her withdrawal shakes your confidence, she sees not a man. But a boy in need of approval, respect lives in restraint. The more predictable you are, the easier you are to lose interest in. The Stoic man doesn't reveal everything, especially not his emotional chaos. He doesn't lie. He simply understands that silence often says more than words. You don't have to explain every thought, every fear, every insecurity. The man who does that believes connection comes from exposure. The Stoic knows that connection comes from presence, from stillness, from the quiet energy of control. When a younger woman sees that she cannot easily read you, that you are calm under pressure, that you don't rush to please, she feels curiosity and respect. When she senses that your world doesn't revolve around her, she realizes that you are a man with a center, a man with gravity. Seneca once said, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." The same is true for emotion. The greatest remedy for weakness is silence. Not because you're hiding, but because you are choosing to protect your inner peace. Let's be clear. Revealing your pain, your loneliness, or your self-doubt doesn't make you more relatable. It makes her uncertain about your strength. She may comfort you, but something inside her changes. A switch flips. You go from leader to follower, from protector to dependent. She may still like you, but the dynamic shifts from admiration to sympathy, and sympathy kills desire. You might think being emotionally raw will deepen the connection, but the reality is, it removes the tension that makes attraction alive. The Stoic understands that control creates respect, chaos destroys it. When you express pain from stillness, you command respect. When you express pain through desperation, you invite pity. The difference lies not in the emotion itself, but in how you hold it. A man who cries with strength is noble. A man who whines for reassurance loses power. The Stoic man doesn't fake emotionlessness. He simply practices discipline over expression. You can tell a woman about your challenges, but from a place of reflection, not weakness. You can admit your struggles, but calmly, without pleading for understanding. For example, instead of saying, "I feel empty when you pull away," you might say, "I value connection, but I don't chase it. I stay grounded no matter what." The message is the same, but one radiates neediness and the other radiates composure. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That's your guide. You don't explain your masculinity, you embody it. You don't need to justify your emotions, you master them. You don't tell her how centered you are, you show it in your calm. In today's world, many men mistake oversharing for connection. They think telling their life story, every trauma, every insecurity, will make a woman see them as real. But this often backfires, especially with younger women who are drawn to strength, confidence, and calm. Oversharing is not vulnerability, it's emotional dumping, and dumping is selfish. It's asking someone else to carry what you refuse to hold yourself. The Stoic man doesn't burden others with his storms. He contains them, processes them, and speaks only when necessary. He chooses his words carefully, not to hide, but to protect the sacred balance between openness and control. The less you seek validation, the more your words carry weight. The more you hold back what doesn't need to be said, the more your presence commands attention. When a woman sees that her behavior doesn't shake your composure, something shifts. She feels both safety and intrigue. You become unpredictable in the best way. Stable, yet mysterious. She can't manipulate your emotions because you've already mastered them. The Stoics believed that no one can harm a man who has control over his own mind. The same principle applies in relationships. When you no longer react out of fear or desire, you become untouchable. And that untouchable energy, rooted in calm masculinity, is magnetic. This doesn't mean you should be cold or distant. Stoic calm isn't indifference. It's strength wrapped in softness. It's the confidence to remain steady while others lose themselves in emotion. That steadiness is what women respect most, especially younger ones who live in a world of constant emotional chaos. Never tell a younger woman that she is the reason for your peace, your happiness, or your identity. Never confess that without her, you feel lost. That kind of confession may feel romantic, but it plants the seed of resentment. Because deep down, she doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to join a man who already has one. Your peace must precede her. Your mission must outshine her. Your discipline must define you. When she realizes that you are grounded in something greater than her attention, she respects you. When she feels that you could walk away and still remain whole, she desires you even more. Respect is not built by words, it's built by behavior. A Stoic man speaks less, listens more, and acts from intention, not emotion. His silence holds more meaning than another man's speech. His calm presence carries more impact than another's declarations of love. So what should you never reveal to a younger woman? Never reveal that you need her to feel complete. Never show her that her attention defines your worth. Never give her the power to control your peace. Instead, show her through your actions that you are already whole, that your happiness comes from purpose, discipline, and self-respect, that your emotions are not on public display. They are guarded by mastery. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom is not found in indulgence, it's found in restraint. Respect is not demanded, it's earned through calm confidence. So walk slowly, speak deliberately, and let your silence carry weight. Be kind but firm. Be open but composed. Be honest but never desperate. Because once a younger woman senses that your peace does not depend on her, she will feel something far greater than affection. She will feel respect. And in the Stoic path of manhood, that respect is worth far more than love born from need. It is love born from strength.